changer. Can I do that?
What?
I can't. Okay. Never mind. I saw the excommunicator of Provence was the leader of Provence was excommunicated. It turns out that's still allied with France, so not helpful.
Yeah, but the trick is to be in the same war with France on your side, so they can't join the other war.
Okay. Give me a very clear, coherent plan on how to do that, and I'll execute. Thanks.
Ally France and Aragon.
Guts.
So,
Now that Poland is like fucked, they won't join the Danish if I attack them. Do you want to help me like murder them?
wait, who's Denmark, Friesland, and Diffmarschen?
Hi, I'm Friesland.
Well, I mean, what do I get out of Denmark?
Well, whatever you want, as long as it's like not in the Swedish mainland.
So you're saying I can have Sjælland?
If you want, yeah. So.
But I won't have time to make a claim.
It's up to you.
Yeah, we can go. I have aggressive expansion to spend.
Hey,
And,
Dave,
in
if
the
you're a
regions.
good friend, you're gonna request Provence to end their alliance with France. Could you do that one for me? And Scotland.
Sid, would you mind like not allying Denmark?
Yeah, sure.
Like you can ally me instead, maybe. Wouldn't that be better?
Okay.
Dave.
Give me a second and I'll tell you. You see how bad my coalition would be if I take all this shit.
So,
It'll be awful. It'll be all of Europe.
Not that bad, actually. Yeah, probably.
Okay. So I'm gonna go get these beers while you do this war. And then just at the end of it, just ask Provence to end its friendships with France and Scotland, and then I will
I'm not
kill
sure
them.
about Scotland, it depends on how much.
Alright, well, I don't give that much of a shit about Scotland. France is really all that matters. Actually, you can leave Scotland. Scotland doesn't matter at all.
What land do you plan to take from Provence? So you can't.
I'm planning to take
Lorraine
I'm
and.
yeah. Laurent and maybe Barrois, but that's the part of that country that I'm planning to take. Which I assume is not in your geopolitical interest.
Not currently. Long-term plans and all that shit.
can't get to him, Shoggy.
No.
Oh shit, that would be good
Do you
actually.
need, you need through Lippe?
I need to get military access from 3 nations. Goddammit. Here I come.
You can get to him now. I made access, so you don't have to.
Alright. Cool. Then I can cancel mine. I'm through already. It's gonna be difficult to lay claim on all that shit while he's having naval superiority. Build a flagship, whatever that means.
New ships which give you a shit ton of bonuses. If you have 100 ducats, like, and try and build a navy, you can see build a flagship as an option. Like in a province to build it, and then you choose heavy ship, light ship, galley, transport, and then like you can put different attachments on it. Like you can give it extra guns, you can give it extra exploration range. You get a load of different bonuses. As Portugal, you build a flagship and then you can reach Japan, I think, in 1470.
Mad.
Come on, then. 9,000 against 15,000. You can do it. Swedish superiority. Go, go, go.
For sure.
But my
Not a
liege,
problem.
we don't have any modifiers enabled yet.
We do. Sweden starts with 20% infantry combat ability.
It's pretty good.
Nice. Also, I had a 5-shock general, so that helps.
I grow larger.
I think I'm ready now, Kager, if you want to try to war against the vile Turk.
I'm allied to
Yeah.
a vile Turk.
I'm not ready to war against them. Right
Why
now,
are you
the
allied with
little
the
guys
Turk?
run.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Action against the coalition, Manchester.
It's the unholy alliance, Dave.
It is the Unholy Alliance, the Spanish-French Ottoman Alliance.
What was that you said, Kager? Do you feel confident warring or no? What did you say?
No, not right now. I mean, I'd
No.
want to eat up like Wallachia, Serbia, Bosnia over time here.
Okay.
And plus, yeah, I'm like Hungary's just in a shit situation right now with that bad start, man.
I can ally you. Do you want to ally?
Yeah, we can still ally, yeah.
Allied together. Kill the Turk. That's gonna be the plan here.
Ah, he's attacking.
Brand is killing my rebels for me.
He's wrecking me, Shoggy. Oh, I got stack wipe. Must thank you. This shit.
Wow.
Fuck.
That's not good. What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. I just have shit general.
Losing to the Danes. Oh god, your inner Swede must be turning over.
Yeah, rip. Gotta take a loan, I think, so I can buy a new army. He's like charging straight into me. I'm gonna need. I'm so fucked. Seriously. Shit generals.
Oh, we should have just cancelled military access. What's it doing?
It's going to you through Lithuania, Livonia.
I think he's going for Novgorod.
Yeah. It's good there.
Yeah, he changed his mind because now there's rebels there. He's coming back.
I'm staying in memo. Crap. Can lose a galley. This is another galley.
Hey, congrats.
Thanks, Fem. I mean, I've been sitting on it for a while.
Before you can rival me,
Oh, you're 4. Oh, no, you're 7 runs minor. Never mind.
minor.
Your goofy ass divided country.
Probably got a bigger. Have I got a bigger army than Manchester or not? How big's Manchester? Oh, Manchester's built an army. Holy shit. Real Manchester.
It's true, Dave. I have an army.
You don't tend to build armies in this game.
I love how he's like, let me compare myself with Manchester. Who never builds an army.
How big could his army be? Doesn't build
30k.
armies.
He doesn't build armies. His force limit's 49. Oh no, it's 31. No, okay. No, so I was reading Austria's force limit.
But Manchester, you never build armies. What's happened?
I know, I don't know what I'm doing.
Are you,
It's like, I'm a
sick?
little bit drunk right now, so I think that has something to do with it.
A trap for the Danes.
I think I've gone mad. Mad with power.
What trap is that?
There's gonna be, I have a 70% chance of getting 11k Danzigen rebels promote at the moment. So it's just a matter of time.
Sounds like you don't.
And there it happened. There we go. That way we can move
And
it.
then you can move in and like... Yeah, team it up.
Yep, there we go in. It's lost 3k. It's not a lot, but it's something.
Provence
He
is
also,
a bitch and not piecing out, Mach.
then he also took care of my rebel problem.
Well, it's easy to occupy Provence. You don't know when their capital is. So.
do you guys want to know an interesting fact?
What's that?
No.
Did you know that England is 3,600?
I don't wanna know.
Well, okay, you shut your ears, everyone else. Did you know England is 3,600 ducats in debt?
Wow, England's having a great time.
Jesus.
That's
see.
literally all
Holy
so they
shit.
can try and keep their PU over Castile.
3,600
Is that-
How do
that
you
because-
see that, Sid, actually?
Because he went
Because
to
Trying to
protect
declare
Cleves.
Brabant.
I'm going to attack a country that England is allied to, and I'm like, oh, why doesn't England want this? Oh, I see why they
Wow.
don't want this.
Because of Cleave.
Shoggy, can you get military access again? I'm gonna stack wipe them, I think.
You
Or,
should, so...
I don't know where they're going now.
Dave, you should go occupy Padua.
Yeah, I'm going. It's just a pain in the fucking ass.
And then you can wait out Scotland. And you can wipe Peace Scotland, and then you can get everything you want.
Shoggy, your northern lands aren't really
I know.
I'm not going to do that.
But I've been sieging this fucking fort for like... It's a 28...
Yeah, but you only need like 6k to siege it. You have like half your army could go around sieging other shit.
Dave, it's
Yeah, but like, then the Danes will show up and then wipe my army. That happens all the time.
The Danes are in Estonia at the moment.
Dave, it's in your
Well,
interest to wait that
that
out
makes
because you will want them to end their relationship with France as well. Because for you, if you want to, if you want to attack them in the future, you don't want to lose your alliance with France. So then your coalition will strike.
Kager not, you can use the like edicts to convert guys, because usually you don't have enough power to convert the Orthodox. If you use the edict, you can combine it with like give the province to the clergy, get like a missionary, admin advisor, and then you can actually convert shit as Hungary.
Okay, but why would I want to convert?
So you can make everybody nice and Catholic and get not have Orthodox penalties everywhere.
Oh.
God fucking damn it.
We say you probably don't
Kind of want to
do
be
that.
Orthodox.
You want to say Orthodox.
Well,
I'm kind of hoping something will, rebels will pop up and they'll be like, wee, and just let them have the whole country.
the only issue with Austria and the other Catholic countries get pissed off at you.
Catholic schmatholic.
You can do it, Shoggy. I believe in you.
That's good.
Believe in your dreams.
Someone has to.
Doggy, you made a right fucking mess of this. You know that, right?
It'll be fine. Just chill. I mean, who cares about like Finland and northern Sweden anyway?
There's like no one there.
Yeah, but like Varmland. Okay, there's still no one in Varmland. There's
He has, he's fleeing there with his armies, Shoggy, if you see him. He has got 3.1k, but it's actually 15k.
Yeah, I see.
Do I actually want to take innovative? First is aggressive. I want a military tech first.
Are we following the...
Wait, you haven't got
Mill
an idea
Wall,
group
by the way.
yet? Yeah, I thought we were.
Alright, let's follow it, yeah. So,
I still haven't decided.
so 1 to 3 you can do 1 mill, then you have to wait till 4 for the second mill. And then 6 and 7 you can do additional mill ideas.
So, first I do a group. Maybe I go defensive. I'll defensive first.
You like defensive, don't you?
I do, especially because I have 2 mountain forts. Defensive is just so good. And quality is not going to do anything for me the entire game because I have 3 techs that are about ships. It's a shame. Go trade, but I have nowhere to trade.
Oh, Burgundy has sold Condottiere to my enemy. That's good.
Oh shit, I kind of have to go quality, don't I? Yeah. That sucks.
Why?
Because my national idea is give me 5 discipline and 10 infantry combat ability. So if I go quality and I go...
So there are 20,000 Burgundians attacking me because they bought Condottiere.
That's annoying.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There goes my army's been wiped.
I'm going out with my fleet, Shoggy. Oh. Yours.
Manchego, can you help Sid? He
Minus
actually needs
100.
saving this time.
I mean,
Yep, 26.
What?
I'm getting wrecked.
And gallons.
Yeah, I lost all my...
I don't
I mean,
think I get,
everything was
cylinder.
going fine, but then Burgundy sold Condottiere to Cleves, so...
Yeah, like, Sid's actually gonna get murdered here. If
Sid,
someone can save him.
improve opinion with me, Sid. And then my army is in like fucking Greece right now, but I can join the war. Let's see improve opinion.
Worst case, Sid switches to Brabant.
Maybe Kager
I
could
don't
intervene.
want to switch to another Dutch country.
Sid, I am currently doing your lobbying to get your ass saved for you, so don't have
Thank
a
you.
kniffet.
Thank you.
Kager, can you rescue Sid?
Say it again.
Can you rescue Sid?
What's going on with
Like
Sid? I
ally
haven't paid
Sid
attention.
and save him so he doesn't
Help
die.
him kill his armies.
Alright, who is Sid?
Sid is...
Three's
Here, Sid, you can... Let me put my military maintenance up. You can call me in too. I don't know how much I can help, but... Between me and Hungary, maybe we can make something happen. We need to move fast though, so like let's not lollygag because there's a siege going on, and if that falls, Sid has problems because Sid doesn't have forts.
Well, he's got to call me.
Yeah, sorry, I'm too busy trying to avoid getting my armies destroyed, which is what's happening right now. Oh well. Armies destroyed again.
No, you're fine.
So
Armies are not destroyed, so quickly call them in. Call him
I've
in,
just
call
done
me
that.
in. Call me in too. I'll come help. There you go. Sid, we're here to help.
On my way.
Leading the way.
Hey, oh, let's go. Oh shit, that's a
Friesland's
lot
at
of soldiers.
6, so we are.
Shit, that's a lot of soldiers. Sorry, no, don't help, don't help. I didn't see the
That's
Liège
okay.
stacked.
We can go in. We can go.
We can't win this. I don't think.
Well, come on, let's just try it.
Oh,
Oh, you can't win
fucking
that.
vassal walks away.
it's
Actually,
fine. Pull out.
I got
It's fine.
22k coming up there, so.
Yeah, he'll take care of it. I didn't see that was my bad. I didn't see the stack in the edge, so sorry about that.
So I don't understand. Like Burgundy must be giving the troops to Liège for free. It's
Burgundy hit you?
Not really.
No, he
Plus
doesn't.
25.
So Liège maybe is like going well into debt now. It's possible. They're not even the war
They do
leader, right?
offer them for free if they dislike you. It's possible.
No, Liège isn't in debt.
Alright, now I'm about ready to hit Oldenburg.
You didn't even declare on Liège, did you?
No,
can
it's
you
close.
can you try and see if you can wipe Peace Liège then? Because you've got one on the
Yes.
siege.
That's a point. You just take
Doubt they'll go
a
for
minute
it.
to disentangle everything.
It. Burgundy's
Liège
gonna
and-
take province of the moment.
Liège are in other wars as well. Like,
Jesus,
no, they
these
don't.
troops are tough, man. What the fuck?
Yep. He's got good tech and a good general, so.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Over there, Shiny.
I outnumbered him by like fucking 8k.
I'll
It was
come
really
over there.
expensive.
Yeah, he's got tech you guys haven't, which is mill tactics.
I've got
got
tech
what?
7 now
Probably
as
why.
well. I got tech 7 as well, but
Burgundy's coming over.
that's fine. That's
Still
fine.
saving
My
up for-
soldiers are in place. Don't run. Don't run.
Where's your
Don't run.
army, Shiny?
My army has to kill rebels and fucking not around.
Are you able
I
to
guess-
peace
I guess
out
so.
for like a couple provinces? A pretty high war score.
Yeah, but like I can't
Like-
give you anything.
Östjylland? Would that work?
Yeah, it would actually.
That's
Let's
insane.
smash one higher. That's a bit much.
Oh, by the way, I broke the French alliance with Provence.
Burgundy's already attacked, unfortunately. Probably take the
Hungary
province
needs
as well,
help.
but-
And what they declared for.
I can join your war now, so
Coming to
I have high enough
They declared
opinions.
for Barois, so that's
I
okay.
think this is alright now.
You wanted the 2 Alsace Sage provinces, didn't you?
I'm coming. Yes, I do, but I do want the 2 Lorraine provinces, but I don't think I can get in there because I still have a lot of bad boy, and Burgundy's already at war with them and occupied. Hilarious that Burgundy's at war still already, and Liège is at war already, but then Burgundy's.
Wow,
rolling
Moldavian
troops.
general leading the battle.
Yo,
You guys are
go to Upper Gelder. Yeah, Upper Gelder.
I'm done with
I'm going
bankrupt.
stack with. Yeah. Yeah. Wipe them bitches. Fuck yo, fucking Countess Condottieri. Fuck your couch, nigga. Fuck your couch. Ah, this is.
Charlie Murphy.
Johnny Murphy. Johnny Murphy.
Unity. Best show on television, man.
Dr. Sears. Dr. Sears. I never smacked my feet on Charlie Murphy's couch. Yeah, I remember stomping my feet on Charlie Murphy's couch. Cocaine's one hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I saw Chappelle in a 200-seat theater in Berlin, I think in January of this year, and it was the most amazing thing. Just doing stand-up, and he just like riffed for like an hour and a half. And it was like literally 200-seat club, right? So tiny, intimate. And then Mos Def came out, and he like rapped for a bit. Oh, it was so fucking cool. It was such a good experience.
Nice. Jealous.
It was so good. How we doing? Have we won this war finally?
We should have.
Excellent.
Is there any more territory to capture?
No, we're done. You guys can finish up. It was just so obnoxious. I had it in the
That is
bag,
obnoxious.
and then the Burgundians.
And now
like,
they're
"Oh,
trying to
here you
siege
go.
Hungary. Do you see
Have,
this?
have my army.
I
They're
will
literally
concede.
attacking Hungary. They went all the way over there. What have you brought your war to my homeland?
Oh, that's classic AI.
I crossed you up to fight
That's
it.
classic AI. That's classic AI.
Right?
Yeah, Sid, yeah. That's fair. This one I don't blame you for. I do that's
Burgundy's getting
some
foot
shit.
boys, France declared war.
I understand. I would love to.
Probably because we just wiped their army, which is being sold as condottiere to Liège.
I understand. I would love to attack Burgundy, but I've got minus 34 expansion, and unlike you, I'm not willing to get massive coalitions from strangers.
Why not?
Because I'm gonna get fucked. I don't understand why
You
they're
need-
all willing to
okay,
ally you. That's
okay,
the
the
strange
trick-
part.
You need to improve relations with them. When you improve relations, they'll always invariably like it.
I did that with Austria since the beginning of the game. They never once liked me.
Well, Austria's a strange situation because they always have about 10 million allies, so they're always over the diplomat limit.
Alright, I'll improve with the Turk and the French, and let's see.
The Turk, I think, are under them. If they don't guarantee the independence of Ragusa.
I think both the Turk and the French might be. Oh, I guess they both have the independence guarantee. Ah, serious.
Well, that went okay, Shangi.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty heavily in debt, and my nation is kind of ruined, but we got rid of the Danish alliance with Poland, which was the point.
Yeah.
Stack light.
Now we're gonna be... Before next time, we should definitely,
We need a navy.
we need some more galleys. We don't even need a lot, like 20 each should be fine.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
I'm already at 10, so should be fine.
Oh my god, they need to leave me alone. What is this bullshit?
Have I told you the joke about the German McDonald's yet?
I think you tried. And it sounds stupid.
Oh, I told Kager, and Kager loved it, so he
No, it sucks. It's stupid. Doesn't make any
I
sense.
think you tried. I think you tried is the best response to a Sid joke I've ever heard. I think you tried. That's fantastic.
What did the manager in the German McDonald's say to his employees?
What did he say?
He said, "Arbeit macht freies."
Sid. I appreciate that you tried.
Didn't you used to be, like, clever?
Yeah, come on, man.
We used to talk about like quantum science and stuff, and it was not areas I was an expert in. I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then Sid would have like kind of quasi-lefty progressive ideas. His political thought hadn't been formed yet, but like he kind of had like right idea on economics. And then he went to 4chan, and then he became a brony, and then he became a fascist. This is the trajectory of Sid. And now he's a fascist, a working class fascist that makes dad jokes. This is, I don't know where it went wrong. He was on such a positive growth path, and then it just went wrong. 4chan just ruined him.
I'm gonna need confirmation on the brony accusation there. That's quite a leap.
Manchester?
Yeah, he
You
did
remember
become
when he-
a brony for a period, yeah.
He made a
Oh,
giant portrait of one of the ponies in Minecraft when we were playing Minecraft like 4 or 5 years ago, and then me and Manchester filled it with TNT and set it on fire. It was beautiful. He did a great job, I'll be honest. It was like a magnificently detailed, and we had flying on and shit, and he made this enormous vertical painting. It was incredible, highly detailed of this pony. I was like, holy shit, this is really impressive. And then me and Manchester filled it with TNT and set it on fire, because it was all made of obviously dead wool, so it was very easy to burn.
Right.
Alright. I remember that. You remember that, Manchester?
Yeah, I recall.
Yeah. It was fun to burn.
So anyway, like we were saying before,
We just ripped on him for like 5 minutes and like, well, anyway.
Yeah, well, that's Sid. I was wondering how Sid was gonna pull out of that, and that was a classic Sid way to do it. I respect it. I respect the fuck out of it. That was
Moving
funny
on.
as hell.
Word.
Yeah. Almost like me and Manchester are Sid's childhood friends. We know all of his embarrassing coming of age memories.
It genuinely is the time now.
The Mamluks have more morale than me, those fuckers. So annoying. Got him trapped on these
What
fucking...
Miltech are they?
I've got him trapped on these... I've got him trapped on the islands
Oh, there's
with my ships, and I still can't fucking kill the cunt.
Sid, is this... Are you gonna end this
How
war?
many's he
Like,
got
what's
on the
going on?
island?
He's got 23,000
I,
on Corfu, and 13,000 on,
There we go.
Eritrea.
Can I suggest you just go and invade his homeland, because he can't really have much left of
Actually,
Egypt at that point.
that's pretty good idea. Yeah, I never thought of that.
So I need you to transfer the occupation of
Rather
left
than trying to
towards-
amphibious assault.
Oh, sure.
Actually,
no,
a
sorry, it's
pretty
Krogan.
good
It's,
idea.
it's not.
Oh,
It's Kager
right.
who needs to.
Hang on.
Do we know what happened to Monmarty and like
There you go.
Krogan?
So Monmarty is living in Norway with Krogan, and they
Oh,
are.
okay. A homosexual couple.
Yes.
They are
Oh.
very gay.
Did they like meet up online playing this game?
Yes. Yes, pretty much actually.
What, for real?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's a great story, actually.
Yeah, actually, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, good for them. You know, live your
Yeah.
best life, and it sounds like they did.
Yeah, definitely.
Krogan is he works in the dairy industry, and like doing the same thing as me actually, but just with milk. And interesting because we get to talk and we trade stories, right? Because he does the same thing, but only in Norway with milk. So it's actually.
But only in Norway and with milk
The
is
same
how every
thing.
story should end.
In Norway with milk.
Every story
It
should
makes
end
Norway
with-
sound extremely weird.
but only in Norway with milk. But only... I really do wish every story ended that way. That would be amazing. But only in Norway and with milk.
So it happened in Norway with
So I was
Well,
fucking this girl, right?
Hey.
I met her at the bar, we started talking, we like kind of hit it off, right? We started talking some shit, we were getting along, and so I took her back to my place, and we banged, and it was dope, but I mean, granted, she was a little drunk, she started going down on me, she kind of threw up on my dick, that part was weird, but what really matters here is it happened in Norway and with milk.
The rest of that story was actually more interesting till the throwing up part, before the milk. But then you ended it with it, and it kind of mellowed out. It worked. Sid, I'm gonna have to bust this alliance because I'm over.
Of course, yeah. No, I understand.
But if you need me again, you know.
So what was our ruling on taking provinces in Africa? Am I allowed to do it? Should I not do it?
I say go for it. I have no complaints about you going into Africa.
Thank you.
Heart of Darkness, baby.
Okay. So I could probably take Alexandria here, but I don't want to do it if you guys want to do some
I like my continents like I like my
expansion
coffee.
rules.
I think it's fine. I think it's one thing to like go and run away with North America and in the Caribbean and South America. It's another to like be Venice and expand in North Africa. I think that makes sense for you. Like my women, like I like my whiskey in Norway and with milk.
Hey.
We're gonna find some good use of that one. You know, I think Sid is the only conservative person I talk to.
I mean, why would you talk
Which
to
is
them normally?
genuinely really strange on the internet.
Is it really strange on the internet? Maybe it is.
I don't know, in the Heartline Discord that I play in, there's like, I'm one of the most left-wing people on there. And I'm pretty damn central.
Sounds like I would kill all of your idiot Hearts of Iron friends.
Oh, some of them are really fucking cancerous, to be fair.
Sid's not even conservative, he doesn't know what he is.
No, well, Sid is nothing compared to some.
Well, Sid is just confused. Sid reads 4chan. Sid hears Manchester talking about the blights of the working class, and he's like, makes a good point. I am oppressed. But then he hears 4chan be like, but the Mozzies! And he's like, I do hate the Mozzies.
I have to tell you about that one guy at my workplace, and he used to be a van driver. And he did a delivery to a corner shop, right, Pakistani owned, and he sat outside eating his lunch, which was black pudding, which is, you know what black pudding is, right?
No.
Sure.
So black pudding is it's like congealed pig's blood. And it's congealed and it goes black and it's got lots of lumps of fat in it, and it's actually very delicious, but it sounds gross. Maybe it is gross, I don't know. So anyway, and he sits at the front of the side
Real
of the
quick?
shop.
Wait, real quick, as an outsider, I can give my judgment. It is both gross and delicious.
Great. So he sits at the front of this Pakistani-owned shop, eating his lunch, and the guy's son comes out, and the guy's son's like, "Hey, you know what have you got there? That looks delicious." And,
Oh boy.
Yeah, you see where this is going. And my work colleague, he's like, "Oh no, you don't want this." And the kid's like, "Nah, come on, give me a taste." And he's like, "Oh, all right." And he gives him the whole thing, and the kid eats it. And then at the end of the day, his boss phones him up, and his boss says, "Don't come back to the depot. There's a posse of Asian men here, and I think they want to lynch you." So he didn't go back to the depot.
Yeah.
Oh, Spangle.
Oh. Not a lot though.
Well, actually, Aragon got it, didn't he?
I still don't.
Yeah, but they're a junior part of Aragon.
But I go back to my core point, which is that, Sid, I agree with you. Working class people of minority groups are the worst. No contest there. However, the only reason they're the worst is because they're both alienated as a minority group and oppressed as working class. So if you make the working class less fucking miserable, that kind of shit stops being as much of a problem.
That's an interesting hypothesis.
I mean, it's
So
one that
okay to be a dick because you feel bad.
not okay to be a dick, but I'm just saying people are going to be dicks. So we can all make a big fucking fuss about how much of a dick people are being. Oh, everything's awful. These people are so rude. And it's like, okay, sure, I agree. However, you still have to be a educated adult and be like, why are these people being a dick? Well, probably because not only do they have all the bullshit that you have to deal with as being a working class person, but then they're also an outsider. They're raised as an outsider. They're raised with outsider conditions and told that they're not part of society. So you have the economic repression and the social repression. And you're alienated into a outcast status, right?
Sure.
So if you at least make the economic anxiety smaller, because I know for myself personally, even as someone who is none of those things, I'm white, I'm male, I'm straight, I'm pretty well off, my parents are pretty well off, I've done pretty okay in my life. On the times where I have economic anxiety, I become a worse person inherently, right? Because economic anxiety and financial distress makes people make more rash decisions. It gives them a general constant state of stress that makes people behave worse. So if you actually give them, so if you give them an opportunity for education and a better basic living standard, you will actually see better behavior out of them. If you have more to lose, you're not going to jump someone in the street for having them try whatever pudding, right? Like, even if there's religious factors involved, sure, but that's only enabling for that economic distress that you're going through. And that's why I'm left as fuck.
I'm intrigued by your ideas, and I wish to subscribe to your magazine and/or newsletter.
Blog, please. It's a blog. I
Blog,
appreciate
blog,
it.
yes, blog.
It's a blog. I mean, a blog's much more likely to be read than a fucking magazine anyway.
Truth. I don't have a blog now, the truth.
I know.
Wow.
I had
Mamluks
to
made a
find-
very grave mistake in how they executed this war. They took their entire army and just put it on my fucking islands and just let me occupy his entire country. Like, well done, AI. Well done. AI is so fucking retarded.
I had to
And
fight
obnoxious.
I had to fight a second crippling war to keep Clevs, you know, after I vassalized them, because they were at war with other nations. And I actually lost that war, and I had to give up Berg. And then the country that took Berg immediately gave it back because it was unlawful territory.
Yep.
That's the funny part about unlawful territory.
I did that. I had bought it and I gave it to my ally in a war.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I'll promise you land. And I gave them Baden, and then they released Baden. And I was like, oh, cool. That works. Works for me. Perfect. I'm happy to give my allies land if they just give it up right away.
Fucking Burgundians. You know, this situation is a direct consequence of them lending their army to Liège like fucking retards.
I love Sid's low-key anger at the Burgundians. Like, you fucked me. I'll never forget how you fucked me. God,
Oh
you
yeah, sorry.
fucked me.
What's the best frequency of elections reform? Is it the frequent elections?
Yes, frequent.
Frequent erections, yes.
Frequent elections.
erections are the
I'm
best form of
genuinely not so
erection.
sure about that because I'm gonna run out of Bruton and Republican tradition really fucking quickly.
No,
I still
because,
think
so,
it's better.
no, hold on. It shortens your election cycle, but you also lose less Republican tradition for
Oh,
re-electing.
okay, that's fine then.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
about that. But maybe.
No, so Shoggy, I get your point because it cuts 1 year, so it brings it down from 5 years to 4 years, right? Wait, no, it's perfect. It brings it down it brings it down from.
It brings it down from 4 to 3, and it costs 8
Yes.
to re-elect.
Yeah, instead of 10. So you are correct in the sense that it's not a perfect 1-to-1 in terms of Republican traditions. However, you have to consider the fact that you're actually gaining points quicker, which means you're actually benefiting from those points more often and earlier than you would in a longer cycle. So even though
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would still take it. I just said that I'm not too sure that it's not more costly. But
it is
sure.
more costly, but it's also more beneficial. That would be my. That would be
Are
my
there
line
any
of
negatives
argumentation.
from having too low Republican tradition?
Yes, higher stab costs. You can't go below 40, or you'll become a despotic. What's it called?
But you can't go below 40.
No, don't go below
That's
40.
correct.
Oh dear. How can I boost it? To strengthen government? Okay, then.
Yeah.
Fuck me,
Yeah.
I'm not paying that. Jesus.
Whenever
No,
you
you
go
should
below,
pay it.
below 40, you should pay the military points because it is worth
Yes, it is
Okay.
worth it.
it. You get more military points from re-electing than you do from paying that shit. So
Yep.
always pay it.
Yep. Agreed. So when you're around 40, you get an event that gives you a free 20 Republican tradition for one
If you're
stab.
below 50, you can get it.
Below 50,
so-
yeah.
Ideally, you want to be right below 50 all the time.
Do you really want to trade stab for it?
Yeah.
Yes. Republican tradition, when you're a Republican tradition is
Think
the
of it
most
like-
valuable
Think of
economy.
it like this. It's worth it to pay 100 military points for 3 tradition. So it's also worth it to pay one stab for 20. Even though it costs like 200 or 300 points. It's still worth it.
What's up? Publics are fucking broken.
Yeah, they're good.
Congrats, Manchester.
What happened?
EP.
Oh.
With the most fucking he's got a higher income than the Ottomans.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Classic Manchester.
He genuinely already has the one of the end already.
I have one.
Got the entire Venice end node already.
Well,
He
I
did target priority correctly.
prioritized what was most
Yeah.
meaningful. That's all.
Agree.
Also, if one of you guys gets Pope, do you mind excommunicating me, please?
Excommunicating whom?
Oh, no, am I excommunicated? Yeah, I am excommunicated.
Oh,
I need
de-excommunicating you.
Yes, de-excommunicate? Or excommunicating? Whatever, I don't want to be excommunicated.
Yeah. You would like to see an end to your excommunication. I think I
Yes.
understand.
What happened to England?
I think it broke.
Whoops.
It's getting ruined by half of Scotland and a couple of OPMs.
I think it broke entirely. Oh, fuck, I want to take Laurent so bad. But I still have Bad Boy and it makes me nervous. I got 19 and that's...
Oh, you're such a pussy.
Yeah, I don't want to get murdered by a bunch of fucking random countries and then be like, oops, sorry guys, I don't want to play anymore. You're going to have to find a new host because I was dumb and took a bunch of shit that I need to take.
You can take that Lorraine stuff quite easily. It's not high dev, is it?
Yeah, no, the 19 and 17 dev provinces, you're right. Super easy. Costs nothing. It's so simple. So simple. Even with excommunicated ruler, it's like ridiculously easy.
Oh,
My
is he
God.
excommunicated? Oh, he is excommunicated.
Yeah,
It's 50% AE for that then.
36 dev.
It doesn't matter, 50% AE. Even if you don't take... I took 10 dev and that was 6 aggressive expansion. So I mean, even if you take... the thing is, with the excommunicated ruler, you can only do it for one province anyway.
What are you talking about?
Excommunicated ruler only is 50% aggressive expansion for one province.
How do you figure that's only for one?
Because that's what it says in the war goal. Unless I'm being an idiot.
I think you're being an idiot.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's all provinces.
Yeah, I think it's all provinces as well. I don't think... Yeah, the only way that works is with conquest. Maybe you're right, but I would be surprised.
I'm going to investigate in a second. Flagging.
Go with God, my son. Fucking, I hate Discord. I don't even know how to close Discord. How do I close Discord? What do I press to close fucking Discord?
Hammer.
I never use Discord. I get all of these shitty notifications from it. Like, what are we even fucking doing here? Seriously, how do I quit Discord? Like, I'm done.
I just set myself to do not disturb, you know, and that stops the
Gross.
I literally can't open Discord and like my like if I go to my if I click the like show more things button, the Discord thing is hid by all the shitty notifications, and every time I click the notifications away, it pops up to say no, fuck you. There's more notifications for. I fucking hate Discord. I don't know if it just works worse for me than it does for everyone else, but my experience with Discord is like a living nightmare.
You gotta get really, really careful with how you set up the notifications and everything. Otherwise, it's an annoying fucking thing to use.
It is really doing that to me constantly. Quit Discord. Just quit. There we go. Alright, that'll do.
I guess I just tend to have all notifications. I'm in a shit ton of servers, but I just mute most of the servers I'm in.
Must be nice.
Oh, best way to do it, I think.
Loses battle because of that dank general of his? Why are his soldiers so good?
This fucking stupid cunt got Milanese rebels. I'm trying to design my flag. Super annoying.
Why are their soldiers like dank? What?
Like I've been fighting over the fucking great powers now.
Not Switzerland. Switzerland still sucks.
How much dev have you got in the great power list?
134.
You
Your
fucker.
body's ready for that shit.
Got 133.
Wow, it must be really embarrassing to be even more terrible than Switzerland.
It genuinely is. Need to sort this out.
Oh, I could take them both.
Wait, how the fuck have I got devastation in that? Oh motherfucker, I got raided.
Nope, I got Laurent. I'm now the most powerful country in the world. Well, I did actually.
You had a coalition?
Nope, you were correct.
You
On this
did.
one, you were correct. On this one, I concede. I was being a pussy. On this one. On this one. But on this one, I was being a pussy. By the 19 and 17 dev, it was totally fine to take. Oh, shit. Baby.
People have to leave my coalition when their aggressive expansion reaches 0.
Yes, I think so.
Otherwise, they'll leave if you get their relations with you above 50.
Yeah, I tried that. Unfortunately, the Pope excommunicated me and kind of fucked that plan entirely.
It's almost like you did a bunch of shit you shouldn't have done. I don't know.
It's almost like I started rival to the Pope day 1 and couldn't do shit about it.
What matters here is I now control the Cardinal, and that's really all that counts. Well, I probably don't want to rival Venice, or Florence, or Brandenburg. Or Friesland. So Bohemia it is. Brandenburg, did you rival me?
Sure did.
Why did you rival me?
Because I
He
didn't
needed
have
a
any
rival.
choices.
You had a lot of other choices.
No, I really didn't. Was you, Poland, or Friesland?
I can rival like everyone in the game. What the fuck?
I guess you can't rival the people, like, to the far south, which you can. I need to fight somebody. Who am I fighting?
I can't believe I just annexed Riga and Livonian Order in one war, and it's like no coalitions or anything.
Nice life for some.
I think that's because 10 people live in the Baltics.
Yeah, it's like Moscow and Denmark, like those are the only ones who hates me. And I'm allied to Brandenburg and Poland.
I imagine they've hated you for some time, though.
Moscow, yeah, for sure.
So colonialism is gonna start in Portugal, is my guess.
What the fuck, Manchester?
What?
You dick.
What did I do?
Zeta?
Making Zeta?
Really?
Why?
Yeah. Did you think maybe I wanted it and that's why I'm going after Serbia?
Oh, do you want it? You can have it. I don't care.
Oh, okay. Well, I want it.
Okay. You don't. Easily resolved.
The de-escalation there was amazing. Well, I want it. Well, okay. Well, fine. Okay.
Well, your trade league
Alright.
was trying to stop me, so...
I can kick him out when you're ready to conquer it. It's fine.
Alright, good.
It was a freebie though. I was like, oh, Serbia has no friends, and it will give me this province for free, and I can just create a fucking thing there and take
You
it
didn't notice
straight.
the reason they didn't have any friends? is
And I
because
was
fighting
like,
them?
this is great. I've got a new trade city, and it's perfect. Perfect situation.
Wow.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life. I like this guy. He's on my level. He understands all my cultural references.
We have a shared heritage of being weird dudes.
Hell yeah.
Watching Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Watching Chappelle Show, more like. Chappelle
Well,
Show.
both.
Truth. Man does speak the truth.
Favorite Chappelle skit's got to be the one though where the leader of the KKK was Chappelle as a black guy, but he was blind, so he thought he was white.
I don't know, that was pretty good, but also the racial draft is such a good sketch. And also Wayne Brady when he's like, "Oh, you think I'm a bitch? That's supposed
Is
to
Wayne
PCP
Brady gonna have
then."
to choke a bitch?
Yeah, is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? That sketch is good too. Also, there's the racial graph with like the Asian delegation picks Orisa, the Jitter, the entire Wu-Tang clan. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. So they get up there, konnichiwa, motherfuckers, or konnichiwa, bitches. That's what it was. It's such a good sketch. Holy
That was
shit.
a good one.
Everyone else in this channel is like, what the fuck are these two cunts talking about?
Pretty much, yeah.
This is a great show, man. I wish he would have kept going.
Fantastic show. Yeah, I get it though. I think
Yeah.
he like burned through a lot of his ideas and was kind of like, this is a lot of pressure and not really what I want to do with my life, and I've made a shit ton of money, so let's bounce.
I get it.
Well, I got 19 galleys, Shoggy. How's it going for you?
I don't have any galleys, but I'm almost paid down my loans. It's good stuff. Well, I actually have 5 galleries from the last one, so that's something.
So 1490 is Shadow Kingdom, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Holy Roman Empire.
Hello, freedom. Good old-fashioned American freedom.
My freedom.
My freedoms.
Machiavelli's summary of what
The
a
freedom of
libertarian
poverty.
is. My freedom.
My freedom.
He had me in hysterics that one day. Thought that was perfect. My freedom.
My little rant.
Mm-hmm.
My freedom.
About libertarians.
God, fucking
My freedom.
libertarians.
Kroganator? How do I say your name?
Kroganator.
Kager not. There we go.
Yep.
The other guy was Kroganator. That was the one who
That's
was
right.
a
That's right.
Norwegian milk gay. What do you do for work?
I work at a sprint center.
Oof. Tough.
Yep.
You work at a what?
Not much. I work at Sprint, the cell phone company, and I work the
Yeah.
overnight shift too.
Oh, so you get angry drunk people, basically.
A lot of them, and also people that like are either drunk or high as fuck and just don't shut up, or they're super lonely, super lonely.
That's a trip.
Yeah, they're mental health providers sometimes.
Well, it's given the U.S. doesn't pay for that shit for people. That makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah, God, I should just move back to the U.S. and just lead a revolution or some shit.
No one would join
sick
you.
of it.
It's not an educated public. Yeah. Why you think it's so
Oh,
fucked
go
up? You think this?
Just gotta
You
run
think
with
the
the
American
workers, man.
public is smart, man?
I just go full demagogue, baby.
There
I
you
just have,
go.
I have
They,
this
they
line
wouldn't
in
join
my
you.
head.
You would be like a leftist, effeminate homo, and they'd be like, "Oh no, we're not voting for him." That's how you would
Have
be
you
received.
seen me? I'm like
That's how you would be received.
6'2", like 200 pounds, and I have a fucking beard. I'm not effeminate in any particular
They would say
way.
you're a hipster. You're a European socialist,
I am those things, so that's fair.
communist.
I'm not a communist.
Right,
I'm
go
not a
on,
communist.
on.
They would call you a communist, and everyone would believe that.
I know. No, so this is what I would do is someone would go, I always have this line in my head, right? Which is I'm on like fucking Fox News or some shit, and some shitty pundit is like, well, what you're saying is class warfare. You know, talking about taxing the rich and shit. And I'd be like, listen, you want to talk about class warfare? Class warfare has been going on in this country since 1980. It's been going on against the working class, and it has not stopped and been unrelenting. It's been the upper class stealing from working people in this country, doing the financialization of our industries, moving everything from bringing benefits to the working people to the people who own capital.
And that's where they cut the footage.
The rich capital holding people have been stealing and engaging in unrelenting class warfare for the last 30 to 40 years. And maybe it's about goddamn time that someone stands up and does a little bit of defensive warfare back. Motherfuckers, get fucked. I would end it like that with the get fucked too. Just it does make me angry. It makes me so angry.
It would be nice if I could get an ear. I will become a PU otherwise.
Under me? Become a PU under Sweden.
Under you or Bohemia.
Yeah, sure. That always drives me nuts when people talk about class warfare, and it's like, honestly, the wealthy have been engaging in
Yes,
systematic class
that's
warfare
because
for 40 years.
that's objectively true. But
Yeah.
but
Everybody
no
knows
one
that.
no
Well,
no
you know,
the American public
not
does
everybody.
not comprehend that. Let's be
Too
real.
busy looking at
The,
their
the American
iPhones.
public that voted for Donald fucking Trump.
No, I think.
To be
actually,
fair,
no, hold up.
Minority
I
of
think-
voters.
I think a lot of
Sort
the
of.
American public. No, I actually disagree. I think a lot of the American public, and a decent chunk of them that voted for Donald Trump, do know that. And the reason they voted for Donald Trump is the same reason that Manchester, you and I both gave him the benefit of the doubt, is because he
That is
had
true,
the
yeah.
language of populism
Yeah.
and class warfare when he got elected. And I think that he will not get reelected because he has not manifested that language of class warfare and
Right.
populism. And I think that there is a majority of voters in this country who would, maybe not majority, but like the same level that are fanatical Donald Trump is. I think we are at the 30, 40, 45% level. Not in this country, because I don't live in the US anymore, but in America, that would embrace a populist economic message. I really do think it's growing. And I think that like the reason Donald Trump won the Republican primary was partially the overt racism, but was also partially the actual messaging of like, hey, I know what the rich are. I will raise taxes on the rich. I would never cut taxes on the rich. He said shit like that. He said like, you know, I know how they corrupt the system. I'm uncorruptible. Like he had the right messaging at moments on that, and I think that resonated with people.
I think you interpreted a bit too optimistically, though, to be honest, because he doesn't know what the
Yeah.
fuck he was saying. He was just saying whatever would get people to like receive him.
Sure. But no, I don't think he was sincere in what he was saying.
Mhm.
I think that's
No.
true.
I think
But
that
I think-
also you as a liberal, you look at the nonsense he prattles on about, and you project onto it like, oh, he actually like reflected this blah blah blah, like this thing that should be a
No,
deep
no,
issue
no.
for all Americans, but most Americans, they can't formulate what the problem is.
Here's what I'm saying. If you look at the midterms, the Obama-Trump voters went back to the Democratic Party. There's a decent swath of union, industrial, working class voters who came to Trump because he looked like he was actually going to fight corporate interests. Because he did. He did position
He
himself
did
that way.
pull out
You and
a
I are-
TPP, that is true.
And you and I are both educated, and you and I both looked at that and we said, well, fuck Donald Trump, but
Yeah,
like,
we
maybe
did say that.
some
Yeah.
of this rhetoric is actually what he believes, because we
Too
saw
bad
that
he doesn't
messaging.
fucking believe anything. It's
No,
too
it's
bad,
true.
yeah.
And we didn't know because he was an unknown quantity, but I believe there's a decent number of voters in America. It's the same reason he won't get reelected, the same reason he got elected, is because that same voters believed in that populist economic messaging. And those are the same voters that, for example, voted in Sherrod Brown in Ohio, which is now pretty much a red state, at like a 54, 55, 60%. He got voted for as a Democrat in Ohio because his message is still economic populism, and that resonates in the Rust Belt, and it resonates on the left-wing base, and I think in the Bernie party. I think there's a section of Republican voters and a section of Democratic voters that all believe pretty firmly in that left-wing messaging, and I think it just needs to be better propagated. The same thing why Ocasio-Cortez is such a big hit, because she does actually have pretty decent like economic left-wing messaging. I think there's a growing appetite for it. I think there's a space for it. It's
I mean,
maybe
there's
not
people
here
on both
yet,
sides
but
that are saying the same thing and believe the same thing. It's just they don't acknowledge that. They don't want to break with party, you know?
I don't know if I agree. How many Republicans are actually having real economic populism? I can't think of one. I think Donald Trump was the first one I'd seen, and then he was full of shit and went with classic
No. I mean,
corporate interest.
voters that would agree. You know, everybody should have health care. Everybody, they have some of the same views. You know,
Sure,
that's
sure.
what I mean.
Well, let's take away the healthcare part. I think that like Republicans are a bit retarded, so they don't really get how the policy should work. They're more
Yeah.
they're more emotionally driven. But so even in the emotionally driven part of it, if you look at the way they behave, they want to see the rich. A decent chunk of them want to see the rich penalized, and they want to see the rich set back a bit. And that's part of why Trump got elected. And I do genuinely believe that still. It's not all of them. Shoggy. But so, like, they don't fully comprehend the value of the policy propositions. They don't really intellectually understand it. Everything is very emotionally driven for them. But part of what they emotionally want to see is to see the rich put in their place a little bit. I think there's a decent section of conservative voters who feel that way.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, I think give it 5 years, I think you'll see economic populists actually come to pretty decent power. Hopefully the whole country hasn't gone to shit by then, but it's possible. That's when I'll be back. I'll be standing on a fucking podium, soapbox. Shouting my angry left-wing messaging. Will they eventually catch me for all the ecstasy and cocaine I did in Berlin nightclubs and cheating on my wife? And then I'll be thrown from grace. Or I just go full Trump and be like, it's all lies, fake news, fake news, fake news!
I can't believe people actually still fall for that shit.
I can't believe he just says that though, and people are like, "Yeah, it's just fake news."
Huh?
No, it's not. What?
No, it's real news, but
You would win on your
Fuck it.
platform of eat shit.
eat shit. The Eat Shit Coalition, as they're known.
Well, Mentalgen taken Jerusalem back for Christian Europe. This is a great
Good
day.
work. Jerusalem. Like Salem, but with a little extra Jerus.
Get
Precisely.
drunk, go home.
Who can I?
I am a bit drunk.
I'm allied to Switzerland.
I don't disapprove.
Look, I don't need you.
If I could afford it, I'd be drinking right now.
If you want to unally me, that's fine.
And you live in Wisconsin. How can you not afford alcohol?
Because I'm poor.
Oh.
I live in Berlin, so alcohol is cheaper, literally cheaper than water.
I'll give you a hint. I have a bad liver, so, you know.
Okay.
That's how much I normally drink.
Oh, that's probably too much then.
Nah, the liver's from eating fatty foods, but still.
In Wisconsin, I always imagine everyone in Wisconsin just eats like everyone has cholesterol problems there. Is that true?
Yeah, pretty much.
I grew up in New England, which isn't that much
literally
better,
true.
but
Like, seriously. Like, just look at
New
half the
England
shit
is,
we
like,
make.
the
Everything's a
thinnest state
fatty ass
in the
casserole
Union.
or something. Cheese, you know?
yeah.
Or
New England
mayonnaise.
is drunk.
Or ranch.
Massachusetts is the thinnest state in the Union.
Yeah, and even then, when I go back to Massachusetts, I'm like, fuck, people are fat.
Yeah, they are
So,
fat. I live in the thinnest state and they're fucking fat here too. I can't imagine what it's like to be in Arkansas or some of those. Like every other
'Cause, dude,
person
like-
they meet must be obese.
Yeah, because I live in Europe now, and people are not that fat here. Well, I mean, the UK is its own little thing, but like in real Europe, people are not that fat.
No, I
On
completely
the other
agree.
hand,
Because
having been to real Europe, the amount of fucking people that smoke is obscene.
Well, that's why we're not fat, motherfucker. Get right.
Everyone fucking smokes. It's ridiculous.
Not anymore. It's changing
No, it's
very,
fine.
very
Manchester, and excommunicate me.
Unexcommunicate him.
Am I the
This
thing?
is
Oh, I
vitally
am.
important.
Wow,
Shoggy.
holy shit,
I'm
I'm the
testing
thing.
you.
Hold on. Let me try and do it.
You're testing me.
I'm testing you, Shoggy. This is vitally
action.
important. Don't let
Okay.
me down.
Okay. I will help you with my moral
Thank
support from Stockholm.
Hey. Wow, I haven't been Kyria controller in fucking like 5 years of playing this game. Wow, holy shit.
Woo!
Can I
It's
excommunicate
your
Sid?
time, baby.
Let's see.
Is Provence still excommunicated?
No,
Yeah,
go
it
easy
is.
on Sid.
Excellent.
No, I can't excommunicate him.
It's my life. I'm gonna live forever. I really want these Lorrainian separatists to just fucking pop so I can be done with this shit. Holy fuck. Waiting for rebels is more or less the worst shit. Yeah, that sounds like you.
What would I do?
Make a crusade against
Yeah.
Mamluks.
It's like, what would most benefit me here? Okay, let's do that.
Exactly. Which is fair. It's a fair perspective. Oh my god, these fucking rebels. It's like, I hate waiting for 90% rebels while you're losing money. You know what I mean? And you're just like, okay. So this is what we're doing now. We're just gonna sit here and wait. Got it.
See, I'm getting called to war, called to peace.
Ah, right. Yes, I will. Yes.
Holy shit, I'm gonna lose these rebels.
Actually, I can just fight peace, I think.
Fuck, I actually lost to those rebels. Oh, that's awful.
You failed
How
the
did-
test, Shoggy. You failed.
Why are my soldiers so terrible that I'm literally losing battles against rebels?
Oh my god, I just got below 10 corruption for the first time in like decades. Amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a long struggle.
I know, and I'm really proud of you. You persevered. It's been a tough road, but you went for it and you did it. That's awesome.
Good for you.
Live your best life.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
What?
My possible rivals are England, Austria, Switzerland, and Brandenburg.
I advise England.
Yeah, I've picked England, but now I need to pick you or Brandenburg.
Switzerland.
You know that
Yes,
we don't
you
have
want to attack
three rivals, right?
You guys won't fight, so you know.
That's true, but he won't. But I bailed him out of 2 wars now. So
I do owe him.
wanna...
I do.
No,
owe
it's fine. It's fine. It's more just like, well, can you depend on gods to bail you out of wars? If so, rival me, and that's okay. But I just literally will not be able to bail you out of wars going forward. That's what I'm trying to say. I will literally be
true.
unable to help you. Keep that in mind.
Sid playfully,
let's see.
just proposes the idea. Oh, I can like as though it's to get revenge on him. And he's like, well, actually, what I actually did most recently is the following.
Bailed you out of wars twice, and I'm happy to do so going forward, but the game mechanics will not allow me to do so, so it's fine.
I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna bet that Austria isn't gonna win the next election.
You're gonna rival Austria? Ooh,
Yeah.
maybe. I like that. I like that.
I'm just saying. I would rather rival the Emperor than a human.
There's a reason everyone says the Emperor's a bitch, right? Yeah, I can beat rebels. Why are my troops all dog shit? Why am I so broke I can't afford my own army?
France is attacking the papacy.
Please don't join that war because I need to join that war.
I am not going to join that war because I do not want to die.
Yeah, sorry,
This is a good reason.
You're right, you're
Excellent
wrong.
reason. Very own Casus Belli. You know what I make nothing in? Trade. I make dog shit in trade income.
Me too. My trade is really bad.
I make
Is that what it
less...
took to get rid of my coalition? Me joining a war against everybody?
Yes, that's literally how that works.
It literally is. People are starting to leave my coalition now. Also, the Pope is so fucked. It's probably a good thing he didn't join, boys.
No, he's at war with like everyone. It's a bad time.
How do you customize that flagship then?
When you click on like the province to build it in, you get the option to customize it in there.
If over 50% of my income, no, 50% roughly of my income comes from trade. No, tax, sorry, tax. Just tax. Which is a very bad sign. That means that my country is terrible.
Well, it's not really your fault because it's predetermined what trade nodes are good and what aren't. I mean,
And also the fact that my country is split in
It's
half
not to
between
an
2 trade
extent.
nodes. How is it not to an extent? Walk me through that logic. I'm curious. Go
Well,
on.
you can, like... In general, as long as you have enough land, you can collect in the vast majority of nodes. Like, intrinsically, the channel is going to be better than Genoa, than Venice, etc. But you can turn Persia into a great node. You can turn Hormuz into a great node. You can turn a lot into good nodes if you have the right landing, you steer in the right direction. If somebody in Africa controls Ivory Coast and not a colonizer, then all the nodes in Europe just instinctively become shit, basically, or become a lot worse.
Right. Counterpoint. My country is split half and half between Champagne and Rhineland, and my natural route of expansion is split half and half between Champagne and Rhineland. Ergo, I don't have much power in either node, and I get dog shit and trade income. Your point, counselor.
I would say, I can't remember what we were discussing now, but what I'm basically saying is that not just the end nodes are good. You can try and set it up. So if I were you, I would be focusing on.
That was not the point you were contesting. The point I was making was my trade income is shit. Manchester's point, because of the shittiness of me being split between two nodes. Manchester's point was, yes, well, that's not your fault, which I agree with. And your point was, well, you can make nodes good. Sure, I agree. If I'm even in one fucking node.
To be fair, you did only start in one node and you expanded into a second node.
No. Look at my country. I'm actually.
Yeah.
I started in 2 nodes.
You didn't start with any. Oh, did you start with one province in Champagne?
I started with 4 provinces in Rhineland and 3 provinces in Champagne. And one province in Champagne.
No, you started with one province in Champagne, which is also your trade capital.
Which is my capital and my trade capital. And then I picked up 2 provinces more in Champagne and 1 province in fucking Genoa. And then I've gone up the Rhineland and Champagne. I am literally sitting on the cunty divide between 4 different trade nodes, and it's useless.
It's a metaphor for Switzerland's position on the continental divide between the Atlantic
Fuck
and
Switzerland.
the Mediterranean.
It's a terrible country full of terrible people.
Oh wait, did France just give me some fucking land and not co-belligerent Siena? Winning.
They did?
But did they co-belligerent Siena or not?
No.
Let's take a look at your coalition map.
Coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back.
It's like the coalition is completely irrelevant because my allies can just beat down any fucking coalition.
We should take down.
You're gonna get a pop-up in a minute saying that France is breaking your alliance.
Yeah, I mean,
like I've got
truce is gone.
60k French troops, 30k Aragonese troops, 40k Ottoman troops,
Just give me
30k Castilians, 20k Naples
and I'll
troops.
build some ships as well.
Dave is actually he's conquered Provence, which is gonna really piss the French off in a minute. Actually, Sid is completely correct.
The French AI is gonna look and go, oh no, I want that.
France doesn't want it,
Give me that.
France would like it, but it's not the end of the world that France doesn't get it. I don't really.
Now.
I mean, me and France are going to have a disagreement eventually, because I want the rest of the Genoa node. I'm also going to have a disagreement with Aragon, but that's not going to happen just yet. Don't worry.
I would argue you are a very optimistic young man. I do wish you the best. And I look forward to seeing how all of that bad boy goes for you. And yeah, sometimes you roll the dice and it works out, but sometimes your ally is like, oh wait, you own provinces that I feel like should be part of my country. Oh, alliance breaking. Oh, 2 months later, alliance is gone. Oh shit, alliance gone. Oh shit, they've joined the coalition against me. Oh shit, everything's fucked. So yes, right now you have a very invulnerable coalition of AI to back you up. The AI is perhaps as whimsical as any being ever could be.
Do you want to be my ally again, Mach?
Of course, anything for you, baby.
Oh no, your relations are -60. Oh no.
I think you hurt my feelings when you broke your last time.
I did.
Sorry.
I'll improve my relations with you. But what? Motherfucker. The Platinum became a junior partner of Austria. That's awful.
Yeah, that's fucking ages ago.
I didn't notice. Can the other electors rally around one candidate that is not that is not Austria?
Austria's going to get a second reform through at this rate. Quite comfortably.
Quite comfortably? They're going to squeak by on the next election.
No, because there's no reformation yet. Still.
Oh, but look at the electors. Like, if either Cologne, Mainz, or Trier liked Saxony a little more, Austria would lose.
Manchester.
Yes.
You want Umbria? Or shall I keep it for now?
Umbria. Where's Umbria?
That is central Italy, next to Rome.
Oh. Well, so how we did this, everything in the Venice node goes to me, everything in Genoa node goes to you. So if you want it for now, it's fine with me.
Oh, well, I was going to say France gave it to me.
Yeah, whatever.
I had no say in the matter whatsoever. I'll keep it for now, and then you can have
Yeah,
it
you can
later,
take
because
it,
you can't
it's
take it
fine.
anyway at the moment.
Go for it. Totally fine.
How magnanimous.
The best way to get anything from Manchester is to let him feel magnanimous. It's a comfort place for him, you know?
I wonder what the fuck is wrong with Muscovy. Like, they haven't paid any of their debt back, and it's like 20 years ago.
Probably just haven't got an income.
Yeah,
Because
they're just stuck
they're
in a cycle.
Exactly.
I'm surprised they haven't bankrupted though.
Like modern.
They're about 8% inflation, or so am I, so that's not good.
I would love it if, like...
80? Did you just say you've got 80% inflation?
No, 8% inflation.
Oh, bloody hell, okay.
Russia or China or both collapsing, like, economically would be great. Also Hungary.
Why Hungary?
What?
No, not in the real world. I know in the real world, not in EU4.
Okay.
Well, that's fine then, isn't it? That's perfectly
Kager
okay.
goes, ooh, I thought you were talking about in-game. At least he's just talking about millions of people in real life.
No,
Yeah,
because all three of them are like terrible examples of strongmen and shittiness rising and making a fucking mess, and having a good old-fashioned economic downturn is the only thing that motivates the urban bourgeois to make a fuss. And the urban bourgeois in the modern era are the only class that actually manifests real change on a populist level. On a liberal level, on a progressive, not a liberal, but progressive, but liberal economic, political values, right? So the idea of increased rights around speech and voice and protest. It is the urban middle class are the only ones who make movement on that. And the only time the urban middle class get pissed off is when the economy goes bad. And those countries,
Bad for
well, they
them.
need... Yeah, exactly. And they are also very much tied to economic cycles, more so than a lot of the other economic groups.
I can hear you speaking into your bottle.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
How many is that now? Maybe you should put that one down.
I just finished it, so that's fine.
Excellent.
Saturday night, motherfucker. You're lucky I haven't taken the cocaine out of the closet.
It's a powerful drug.
It's a great drug. It's one hell of a drug, in fact. I think that's the exact quote. One hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine's one hell of a drug.
What do you think? Should I spend several thousand gold conquering Egypt or no? It'd be one fucking expensive war, but I could do it, probably.
Egypt is great.
He's got so many guys, though. It's a lot of shit.
Have you spammed out your manufacturers yet or not?
Well, I only have one available right now, which is like the grain and wine.
How the fuck? Are you seriously sitting on like 5,000 ducats?
Yes, I am.
If you want to give me a couple hundred, I wouldn't mind. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if you're looking for something to do with it, but you know. Switzerland is ready. Been waiting for its moment for a few years. Oh, thank you. Oh my god. Oh, hey. Do you want to make out later? I don't know. You tell me. I do find it mildly ironic that I am now Switzerland, the most neutral place in the world, and Alsace-Lorraine, the most contested place in Europe. All at the same time.
I don't know if Alsace-Lorraine is the most contested place in Europe.
What would you say is more contested?
Something in the Balkans.
I was gonna say Kosovo comes to mind.
Kosovo is mildly contested recently. Next.
Maybe Macedonia's name?
That's not a territory.
Dobruja, the little strip, like on the east side of the Danube between Romania and Bulgaria.
Sorry, if it involves only Romania and Bulgaria, it's not that contested. Next.
Well, Alsace-Lorraine only involves France and Germany, so
yeah,
ergo
again.
it's not.
No. It's not about the number of countries. It's about the quality of country involved.
Oh, that's a good point.
Northern Ireland?
That's a good one. Northern Ireland will take as a contestant. I don't think it's bigger, but I think it's a good contestant.
I don't think Northern Ireland counts because it's not technically contested between two states, right? Because Sinn Féin is like
I think the Irish would like to see it as part of Ireland, right?
Well, I mean,
I'm not sure how close the Irish are.
Sinn Féin brand themselves as sort of like an indigenous Northern Irish party, right? They're not like an extension of the Irish state. In fact, they've actually fought the Irish states, you know, and the Irish state doesn't make any
Protestant angle of it. But anyway, I will still, in terms of just general contesting of territory, I could still see the Northern Ireland argument. I don't know if I like it more than Alsace-Lorraine. I think I don't, but I kind of see it. All right, Sid, do you have anything more than Alsace-Lorraine? Alsace-Lothringen.
I mean, in terms of like how many large-scale wars have been fought, I mean, I don't think the Second World War was necessarily about Alsace-Lorraine. Like for the Nazis, that was just an added bonus on top of beating the snot out of the French, right? Which is what the Germans wanted.
Sure, I agree with
does
that.
everybody want that?
I don't know if that changes my point, though. Gibraltar's not that contested, I think.
Gibraltar's
I would
pretty
say-
fucking contested.
I would say Istria and Sud
Isn't it the
Tirol are
longest
both
siege ever?
interesting.
Over Gibraltar.
It was the longest siege in British military history. It was also the largest battle of the American War of Independence, the Siege of Gibraltar, like in terms of men on either side.
What?
I do like
How have
that.
I never heard of this?
It was the Great
Basically,
Siege of Gibraltar.
America didn't go free by itself, contrary to what you would have them believe. They actually had the French and the Spanish carry them to independence.
I'm aware that the French did. I didn't know the
Yeah,
Spanish
the Spanish
did.
and the Dutch declared war on.
Oh, I know
I
the
remember
Dutch
something
did
about
as
this
well.
now.
I know the French and the Dutch both were heavily involved in the American War of Independence. This I'm aware of. The Spanish is news to me. I don't know. I've never heard of the Spanish getting all up in it.
They besieged Gibraltar for 8 years continuously.
Wow.
And at the end, a British fleet managed to force their way into the harbour, and they destroyed the floating Spanish like gun batteries. And then after that, because it was their navy to be supplied, the sea was sort of over.
I still don't think Gibraltar is more contested than Alsace-Lotringen.
The British defenders, you know, they actually built a trebuchet to shoot at the magazines of the attackers, because their cannons couldn't make the range to hit the magazines, but they figured out they could build trebuchet to hit the magazines, so they built trebuchet to throw exploding bombs at the magazines.
Interesting. You know what I think the best argument is outside of Alsace-Lotringen? I think Danzig.
Maybe.
Outside
Enough
of
amount of history over
Alsace-Lotringen.
Danzig?
There's a decent bit.
I mean, Alsace-Lorraine has been ever since the Franco-Prussian War, right? But I'd
Calais
argue
would be
that
another good one.
that lasted a long time. But I mean, that's in
User
the past
joined your
now.
channel.
Yeah, but so we're
User left
talking
your channel.
through, let's say, modern-ish history, right? So through since the idea of the state has been invented, right? So we're you know, whatever.
I'd
Westphalia.
say, I'd say Danzig definitely counts, but you can only argue that it was contested for sort of 20, maybe 30 years, right, from the
That's
end of the
true.
First World War to the end of the Second World War.
That's true.
Right, but before the First World War, the Polish state didn't exist, and then after the Second World War, the whole area had been annexed to Poland.
But really, Alsace-Lotringen is the most contested piece of land in European history.
Yeah, I'd argue in modern history.
I think Südtirol still gets a bit, and Istria too, but I think Südtirol more. Even if they're not, like, Austria isn't modern contesting it now, I think that Südtirol gets a shout out.
Have you ever... You know the sovereign citizens movement in America?
Nice. Oh wait, real quick. Nice also gets a shout out.
Yeah, Nice and Savoy.
Not all of Savoy, but I think Nice specifically more than even just Savoy. I think also because of the impact of Garibaldi specifically as a human being, right? Like I think Nice gets a decent shout out. I think anything with Greece, I feel like there might be something with Greece, but yeah. Corsica.
The only thing I can think about with Greece is Macedonia.
Cyprus is decided today. Turkey,
Cyprus, yeah,
Greece.
Cyprus. Cyprus is an okay
Yeah,
shout.
Cyprus is up there.
Constantinople.
Maybe not modern times.
I don't think everything in the last few hundred years for Constantinople. Anything else? Now, like, literally scrolling around the map of Europe to think, like, what do people get annoyed about? Well, there's that fucked up border between Holland and Belgium. You know that one? With all the exclaves and exclaves within exclaves?
Follows the old feudal border, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know how we got up there, but... Part of Nassau. Yeah, that's the one. Where you have a bunch of Belgian exclaves in the Netherlands. and then Dutch exclaves in the Belgian exclaves that are like, you know, a few square meter or something. For aggressive expansion. I think I can get over this. Conquest now. That's too bad. I like that Urbino is conquering the Pope.
Yeah, he did conda his entire army to me though, so we couldn't actually do anything.
Well done, Pope.
Wait, Genoa owns Crimea?
Yeah, they started that.
They don't start with all of that.
Okay, not all of it, they conquered a bit of it.
I was gonna say, I know they started there, but they normally just die. They don't normally expand. Coalition is still fucking annoying.
Oh, can you... Oh no, wait, I suppose you don't control Bosnia military access. Yeah, don't give access to Mamluks, by the way. That'd be very handy.
Me?
No, Kager not.
Yeah, I see it. I won't.
Bosnia is giving him access, though, which is quite irritating. Letting him take over, thingy. Dalmatia.
It's because they don't like me.
Those dicks.
I know. Need to respect their overlords.
We all need to respect our overlords in life.
That's right.
That's right, baby.
Alright, alright, alright.
I like the Pope. I hope you forgive me.
Can I have some money to invest in trade ports, Manchester?
When I finish this war with the Egyptians.
Use as a long-term loan with no payback.
Oh, I expect my dividend checks to arrive in the mail.
Your George Soros check?
In exchange for my capital I'm putting up in this endeavor.
George
Tell you what,
Soros
it can
is
be a
great
down
man.
payment on Umbria.
Down payment.
He's the
on
only
Hungary.
good Hungarian I've ever known. George Soros.
%.
I heard you were looking for money and I'm trying to help. Why the fuck did I gain 1 corruption? What the fuck?
I'm pretty confident I can accept that and then just not pay it back.
That's why you have to give them a really high interest rate on the max time.
I did.
Yeah. so
I
you
gave
do
him.
it.
Yeah.
So you get your interest and then they can default impunity. Now you do get a CB, but it's kind of... You have to beat France and the Ottomans still, I think.
And Aragon
To get your ducats, 100 ducats back. Whatever
I'm
the
pretty
loan
sure
was for.
that it was actually literally exactly 100 ducats. So well done. But I'm pretty sure the interest on that loan will pay more than the principal back, so I'm okay. I mean, what? I mean, oh shit, I didn't realize. Such a good deal. Better accept it. Lawrence? I'll be so fucked. You accept it. I didn't think this through. Doing like robot arms as I say this, none of you can see.
I like this. Didn't do anything in the war, but Aragon just gave me land for free.
Are you not still part of? Yeah, Genoa, Austria, Mantua, and Savoy. Still be in coalition though.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, to be honest. I fucked up and, didn't quite get Austria over positive relations.
That does sound like you fucked up.
I did fuck up, and I will admit that. But I've got my land in Africa now, so I'm all happy.
Glorious Kabylia.
I wish a major would ally me, but they all have an interest.
I'll ally you, friend.
Yes, you are a major, actually.
Improve relations. I'll fulfill your dream for you.
Already getting hard.
Oh shit, Urbino annexed on that shit in the East Coast.
Classic Urbino.
I don't get his trade power anymore.
Dude, I'm so fucking poor. I'm honestly at a loss for words for it.
Manchester is sitting on so much money, just be aware.
I've just spent 2,000 gold trying to reconquer Egypt for Christian Europe, and this is what you say? That I'm using the money unwisely? You're complaining about how I'm using these funds?
Yes.
These fucking ducats.
I'm
It
taking.
should be invested in Mach's country,
I'm
obviously.
taking back ancient Egypt, home of the pharaohs,
For Christendom.
for Christendom. Okay.
He's doing God's
You-
work.
You're gonna build a nice casino there.
Yes.
Call it Caesar's Palace.
Yes.
Hey. Oh, the Palatinate are independent again. Good for them. Well done, Palatinate. I don't know how you broke off from the fucking Habsburgs, but well done. Why is this living guy called Posthumous?
Yeah.
Look at the Archduke of Austria.
Because he was born after Albrecht V died. Like he knocked up, Albrecht V knocked up his wife, and then Albrecht V died, and then his son was born after his death. It was named after his father, not him.
Okay.
That's why I'm here. Historian.
You ruined it.
Okay.
You ruined the fucking joke.
I wanted
knowing everything about
to ruin
Austrian
it.
history because they have nothing of their own to brag about.
I was aiming to go to deaf colonialism.
Hasn't
We'll
fired yet,
find
has
out
it?
in 2 months, won't we? Well, they'll fire in 2 months if someone can. Portugal's my guess.
No, it was aiming to go to dev it though. Or are you guys just gonna
Oh.
wait for it to spread?
I'm not gonna fucking debit. A lot of points in Europe, like in
It's a
Persia,
lot of
maybe.
points, yeah.
But in Europe, fuck that shit. Although, granted, you don't have terrain penalties anymore, so that is pretty cool.
Do you know the Ottomans have got 50 aggressive expansion with you, Manchester?
Ooh, it's not a good thing. Well, it'll burn off quickly as it's 15.
It'll only burn off at the end of the year.
Quick enough.
But I think the Ottomans have just declared untreatable instead of European.
Wait, the royal marriage me, but not. Oh, but I can't. Who is Aragon allied with? France and Florence. How did you? I don't understand how Florence got involved in this like grand coalition of evil. Like it's like all the big cunts, like the French and the Turk and the Aragonese and everyone, and then somehow Florence just like slipped his fucking weird slippery dick right in the mix.
I'm sorry, what? What? You're wondering why everyone's
saying-
mad at Dave. So
No, why
he's
Dave
gonna
is-
repeat the dick analogy. I know you
Why
will.
Dave?
I'm laughing preemptively.
Why Dave has wiggled his slippery dick into the coalition of the powerful. That's what I'm wondering about. Even I'm outraged.
They're reasonably powerful.
You're not in the coalition of the powerful. Your allies are number 2, number 3, and number 4 on the power charts. The top 3 in Europe. And counting, you know.
My army is the same size as Aragon's.
Now.
We've got 28,000 troops.
Your mom's got 28,000 troops. It's not, you don't see me complaining. Aragon also has a PU over Castile, so it's a little different, isn't it? Isn't it? Because Castile's got another 31,000 troops.
My army is not insignificant. Also, we didn't get colonialism formed, did we?
Not yet, but shortly.
Shortly. Very shortly. Honey.
No, you see, Sid got the right idea with the offensive economic combination.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, all I see is that he is a Luddite who refuses to see the future. And
I am not
you
as
call being a backward-looking Luddite the right idea, well, that's up to you. I just want you to live your best life.
Living it.
Alliance with France is breaking. That ain't so hot.
We're living it. We're living large, boys.
Austria's still in the coalition against you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Austria rejoined the coalition against me.
I might add. I could support the independence of Castile. Oh, that's interesting. Oh.
He says, rubbing his chin. Is that
You
so?
do realise you'll get called into that war against France? And Aragon and Naples.